Hello, this is Brian again. Well, I'm back at the junction of the fire break that led to the main ridge. Now what I'm doing, so you can see my footsteps coming from that way, I'm going to close it out by making a loop at it today. I'm going to make it a loop hike today. I was mentioning the possibility of it, so I'm going to go down this dirt road. So now I'm back in virgin snow. So when I came up, when I came back down from that way, I was basically just following my tracks to try to lessen the amount of snow that I got on me. But we're still got a good few inches of snow here. So, but as we start heading down, I'm expecting it to become a lot less. So I'm predicting that this fire road is going to meet down at the bottom. This might be the same fire road. I forget the number right now, but I think this is the same fire road on that first clip before I actually started climbing. I started poking around at the base of the first peak, Monte Cristo Peak. I was doing a little visit over there by the desert olive shrubs. And here are those animal footprints again. I suspect these could be hard to tell. I don't know if these are hooves or not. Could be. I don't know if they're bear tracks. I'm not really super hip to my tracks, unfortunately. But I remember seeing them a couple times up there. But whatever did those tracks basically just cut down the slope, and probably is down there in the gully somewhere. Some of these tracks were not here. They were not here when I came up, except near the top. They were not there along the way up. Honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to it thinning out. I've had my snow hike. Now I kind of want to have a chance for my feet to dry out a little bit. My feet are not ridiculously cold. Of course, the snow on my shoes is cold, but my feet themselves don't feel so cold. My feet can be quite sensitive to cold. Me, for the rest of me, for the most part, except for maybe my ears, I'm pretty hardy against cold. So I just don't really get as cold. But yeah, I'm just gonna follow this. I'm gonna make the assumption that this is going to meet down beneath Monte Cristo Peak in the foreground there. That was my first summit of the day. There's not a lot of prominence on the backside of it, but definitely getting to it for Monte Cristo Campground requires some very, very steep hiking. And I was thinking to myself when I was going up, this is about as steep as it was climbing up Scody Mountain. If you remember my Scody Mountain video, if any of you watching today have seen that one, that was a doozy. But it was drier back then. The weather was drier, so the soil was even looser. Right now, after the rains and snows, the soil seems to have held a lot better while I was ascending. But yeah, whatever animal that was, it's probably down in this gully somewhere, maybe over towards the campground. You never know, because campground's really not that far in linear distance from where we are. Here are more. I highly doubt bighorns over here. Bighorn sheep, Aves canadensis nelsoni. Highly doubt it, but I would say it's a possibility. But I'm not sure exactly what that is. I mean, I don't see any claw prints, so I'm beginning to doubt that it's a bear. Maybe it is deer. Deer or sheep. Whatever it is, probably long gone, probably way down in that canyon. But I can see the road. It's curving around this way, but I also see a portion of it down there. So I'm hoping this is one of those weird switchback roads. So if not, then I'm going to be heading the wrong way. And which means I will probably have to go across country to get down in that canyon. Hoping that doesn't happen. Well, it's either that or start climbing up this again. There's more of those tracks. I think these are hooves. So it's probably deer or sheep. If you know what it is, sometimes snow tracks can be quite different than dirt tracks. Especially because snow, you press it down, you can shape it. Dirt, I mean, you can do that too, but it's still a little different, I think. If anybody knows what track that is, please leave a comment. I'm going to assume it's probably deer, but just be curious to know. So this is a quite leisurely descent. Now we're lowering in elevation quite a bit, but I know there's going to be some kind of navigational tidbit, especially when I get down this road a ways. I'm hoping I don't have to bushwhack, because this is much more mature chaparral than on the other side. Well, hopefully I don't have to go in a gully where there's poison oak and stuff. We're down in the poison oak elevations. But, I mean, I think I see some lighter brush down there. If worse comes to worse, I could always make an attempt to go across country where the chaparral is a little thinner. Beautiful day out here. It's a little warm because the sun, and it's also reflecting off the snow and bouncing right back in my face. So I'll tell you one thing. Do not trade this beautiful day for anything else.